Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating and transformative world of mindfulness, as taught by the esteemed Thich Nhat Hanh in his book, The Miracle of Mindfulness. This is a journey into how a simple concept can change the way you experience daily life, leading to greater peace and understanding. Let's start with the basis of our discussion, mindfulness. Mindfulness can be defined as the practice of being present. It's about fully engaging with the here and now, be it your thoughts, feelings, or the world around you, without judgment. It means paying attention on purpose in the present moment. Now, you might think, that sounds as easy as pie. But as you may soon discover, our minds have a delightful tendency to wander off to the next task, the next meal, or sometimes even to the next vacation. So how do we cultivate this state of present awareness? Thich Nhat Hanh teaches us that the practice of mindfulness is not just reserved for quiet moments of meditation. Instead, it can be woven into every aspect of our daily lives. Imagine washing dishes, a mundane task for many of us. But what if I told you that washing dishes could become a special meditative practice? Instead of rushing through the chore, you focus fully on the act, feeling the warm water, the soap, the texture of the dishes. Each motion becomes an exercise in mindfulness. You can turn washing dishes into an art form where each plate and cup receives your full attention. This is mindfulness in practice. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Thich Nhat Hanh himself. Born in Vietnam, he has a remarkable background, particularly during the Vietnam War, where he formed the School of Youth for Social Service. He founded this organization to help those affected by the war, embodying what he calls engaged Buddhism. He taught that practice must be active. It requires us not just to engage on our meditation cushions, but to engage with the world, serve others, and remain connected. It's about being mindful, not only for our own benefit, but for the benefit of humanity. As we dive into the essence of meditation, let's clarify that meditation is essentially a tool that helps us establish this state of mindfulness. It can take many forms: sitting, walking, even standing. One of the key aspects that can radically transform your meditation practice is learning to focus on your breath. Breath is more than just a life force. It is a bridge that connects our body to our mind. When we notice our breath, it brings us firmly into the present moment. By counting our breaths or noticing the sensations in our body while breathing, we bring ourselves back from those wandering thoughts and anchor ourselves. Let's illustrate this with a breathing technique. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or standing. Now take a deep breath in, feeling your belly rise. Hold it for a moment, then let it out slowly. As you breathe in, think to yourself, I am breathing in long. And as you breathe out, affirm, I am breathing out long. You can even measure your breathing by counting it. Doing this brings a concentrated state of mindfulness to your practice. Thich Nhat Hanh introduces us to the concept of the 5 aggregates, which inform us about our experience of self. The 5 aggregates are form, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Think of these as the building blocks of our identity. As we cultivate mindfulness of these aggregates, we gain insight into the nature of our thoughts and feelings. For example, understanding that our feelings are transient can help us deal with them without being fully consumed. Instead of saying, I am angry, notice, there is anger in me. This subtle shift in language allows us to detach from our emotions, seeing them for what they are, temporary states. Let's explore the first aggregate, form. This simply refers to our physical being, our body, and how we perceive ourselves within it. The second aggregate is feelings, which encompass our emotional responses. The third is perceptions, how we interpret what we see, hear, and experience. The fourth is mental formations, our thoughts, habits, and conscious choices. Finally, consciousness, which is our awareness of everything around us. Recognizing these aggregates allows us to see how they interact and manifest in our lives. This understanding fosters deeper self-awareness and compassion towards ourselves and others. To make mindfulness practical, I invite you to try incorporating little moments of mindfulness into your daily routine. For instance, when you are preparing food, pay attention to everything: how the knife feels in your hand, the texture of the vegetables, the smell of herbs. Make this moment your focus, rather than thinking about the meal you will consume later. In doing so, you cultivate a profound connection with the act of cooking that often goes unnoticed. But remember, mindfulness doesn't mean perfection. Instead, it's about returning to ourselves as soon as we notice we have strayed. A practical exercise is to designate a day of mindfulness once a week. On this day, try to slow down your movements and activities, maintaining a gentle awareness of everything you do. It could mean savoring tea like it's the finest wine, or simply taking leisurely walks, absorbed in the sounds and sights around you. This day can greatly influence how you experience the rest of the week. Now, I want to discuss the importance of compassion. When we practice mindfulness, it inevitably leads us to compassion for ourselves and for others. Nhat Hanh has spoken of compassion as seeing the suffering of others, but also our own suffering. It's about recognizing our shared humanity, fostering a community of understanding in a world often clouded by division and misunderstanding. Remember, the way we look at the world through our mindful practice can create ripples. They can change how others see themselves and their surroundings. As we wrap up the session today, let's reflect on the main insights we've explored. Mindfulness is a powerful tool, enabling us to be present and engage with the world differently. By paying attention, be it through breath, form, or the 5 aggregates, we deepen our connection to ourselves and others. Meditation is not just a practice, but a lifestyle. It's about how we choose to live each moment. So as you leave today, I encourage you to cultivate this practice in your lives. Whether you're washing dishes, enjoying a cup of tea, or simply taking a moment to breathe, know that each moment is an opportunity for mindfulness and transformation. Thank you for being part of this journey today. May you carry the seeds of mindfulness with you, and may they bloom bright in your daily life.